What's going on, everybody? Well, Terra Luna Classic, couple of big things to talk about. USTC Repeg, where we currently sit, how can you support with that? Likewise, some interesting news coming out of Terraform Labs. Dukwon, well, he's kind of got away with it, but someone else hasn't. And some price action looks very positive right now for Terra Luna Classic. All of that in this video. So if you want to stay up to date with everything going on in crypto as well as Terra Luna Classic, be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video, comment down below. It supports the algorithm, gets the video out, and lets more and more people know exactly what is going on with Terra Luna Classic. But let's jump straight into it. And straight off the bat, let's talk about the USTC Incremental Repeg buyback staking and swaps proposal. 11487 is the number. Now, this feels like it's divided quite a bit of the community in terms of how people are voting. Now, we can see we're currently sitting at 49.27% voted yes, with 30% voting no. Ultimately, what is it in a nutshell? It is the slow and deliberate repegging of USTC back to $1. And I guess there's quite a bit that goes into it, but it's definitely worthwhile checking. I'll leave a link to the video that I did where I fully talked through exactly what this meant, but it would require the centralized exchanges to support, as well as a number of other facets to go with this. But it is, I think, an important point. We want to see the community vote. Now, bear in mind, we have just agreed a 300 million lunk payment to the Terra Rebels to support some stuff they're doing. We also have committed a 987 million Terra Luna Classic to the L1 team. So there's a lot of outgoings right now, and not really anything that's supporting development either on the chain or the burn mechanism, or even starting to push the price. So these things we really need to understand and vote accordingly. We do, in my opinion, need to get a USTC repeg. It's the right thing. It could be, and in my opinion will be, the best decentralized utility that we have for the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem. Now, that isn't all, but we do have interesting news. Terra co-founder Daniel Shin is charged with fraud in South Korea, as former CEO Dukwon is still detained in Montenegro. Now, we know that South Korea did absolve Dukwon of any wrongdoing in terms of a fraud, and ultimately, what is interestingly is Daniel Shin is almost taking the rap. So South Korean prosecutors on Tuesday filed multiple charges against 10 people, including a co-founder of Terraform Labs, which created the algorithmic stablecoin Terra USD and its sister cryptocurrency Luna that collapsed last year at the cost investors tens of billions of dollars. The charge against Daniel Shin, 38, who founded Terraform Labs with Dukwon in 2018, included fraud, breach of duty, and embezzlement, according to the South Korean news agency. 9 other people with links to the Terra USD across marketing, systems development, and management were also charged, according to Bloomberg. Prosecutors first 246.8 billion won, or $184 million in assets from those who were charged. Now, it does say in a press conference announcing the charges against Shin and others on Tuesday, South Korean official called their project a fabrication from the beginning and accused the people involved in taking 463 billion won, more than 344 million in illegal profits before Terra collapsed. What I think is really interesting, though, when we talk about this, is the fact that Dukwon was basically acquitted. He was absolved of potential fraud in South Korea. Now, the question has to be, does he get that price, does he get that movement, sorry, in the US, in which the Securities and Exchange Commission have absolutely charged him? So very interesting to see, but more importantly, Daniel Shin looks like he's taking a bit of a rap. Now, what do we get in terms of price movement? I talked a little bit in a couple of previous videos that I thought we would get something with Terra Luna Classic. Now, we saw Bitcoin retrace back from 30k all the way down to 27. Everything else went down with it. We are seeing a little bit of strength from Bitcoin right now. We actually broke 28.2 earlier on today, and it looks like it is holding, so we're seeing the market move a little bit. But is it time to buy Terra Luna Classic? Now, that's always the debate that people have got, and many of us hold our Luna Classic. Many of us have been staking our Luna Classic now for the longest time. But there's a couple of interesting points here. Now, we know the price fell. We're about a $30 million trading floor right now, but what are people saying? Well, ultimately, we see a upward correction, and normally when we see this breakdown below the 200-day EMA, we do generally see then an upward correction. $36 million in volume, however, is a smaller amount. We do need to see that increase as we want to support it, but we could see lunk falling even back to the 9s. Now, I talked about this on a previous video and said that holding that 0 is incredibly important, but it is a strong level for us at that 409 level. Now, what else do we get? And obviously, we're talking a lot about the USTC repeg, but we have there Needless to say, repegging USDC would have a massive positive effect on Lunk's price, with the altcoin supply directly linked to its sister stablecoin. But ultimately, what are people talking in terms of price? Well, we could even see a rally of about 9 or 10%, which would be a fantastic move up in the market, and equally would go somewhere to really restoring customer confidence in Terra Luna Classic. We have obviously the Binance burns coming very, very soon, which again will generally support and move the price up. And I think in terms of what we're actually expecting from a price perspective, well, depending on the L1 team, depending on a number of other things, we could absolutely see us push back up to the 12s, push back up to even the 13s. Now, the 16s do feel like a long time ago, but I think we're starting to see some positive movement. We're starting to see some definite changes in Terra Luna Classic, whether that be from the court cases, whether that be from new proposals. And ultimately, what we do need to do is stay focused. Now, taking a look at the price action, we're in this channel right now. This is on the 1 hour chart, but you can see the MACD starting to trend in a really positive direction. Likewise, we see this green candle. Now, what we do need to do is see this test up around the 11.3 range. We did test it up here on a number of times, got rejected as this chart and this narrow comes out. We are on an upward trajectory right now. If we come out a little bit further, let's go to the 4 hour chart. You can see this big green candle on the 4 hour, which is great to see as we start to trend. We see Bitcoin here, 28.6, looking really solid. Got rejected at that 28.2 level, but we are seeing Luna Classic start to move. So it looks like we could be in for a very interesting couple of days with Luna Classic, as well as the wider crypto market. If we see Bitcoin move, it'd be great to see Luna Classic move in 1%, 2%, and then potentially over the next few days get to that 8, 9, 10% increments. Be really good to see us back up in the 13th, 14s, maybe even touching the 15s at some point in the near future. But let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? What do you think of the Daniel Shin news as well? Do you think there's more drama to come, certainly with Do Kwon, or do you think it's all over? Let me know in the comments down below. But as ever, if you made it to the end, do check some of the links in the description. We've got a fantastic offer with MEXC currently, and our newest partner, Bitget. Check them out. They've got some fantastic offers for you signing up to their links. Totally free. And again, opens up spot trading, futures trading, and a number of other great opportunities with very, very low fees. Check them out. And as ever, subscribe to the channel for more. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.